G'day, we've got a little job to do, and I wanted to do some of that painting and repair work on that Troopy and the Navara, and if you have a look at those vids you'll see what I'm talking about, but the weather is looking pretty bad, and the weather dog over there is saying it's about to rain, so, and the other weather dog, look at the sky, I get some idea of the threat that we're facing. Oh, well, there we go. Supervisor's taken a look and decided that it's good to go now. So this week's been a hell of a week. On Monday, we had to drop off my reluctant assistant's car at the panel shop for some work. And when we got there, we parked it and dropped off her vehicle, and then got back in, and the car, which was the Nissan Navara, which you've seen, wouldn't change out of park, so you could move the lever but it stayed resolutely in park, and so it wouldn't go anywhere at all, not even off the driveway that it was parked over. Anyway, we got her car back, came back, picked up this car here, went back, organised a tow and had it towed, and then she's been able to use this car during the week, so I've been pretty well carless because the Troopy, which is just over here, is not registered, not on the road. So it turned out it was a broken shifter cable, and it went off to the Nissan dealer. They had to get one from Melbourne. It arrived on Thursday. I think they got it in on Thursday, and I picked it up yesterday, Friday. Anyway, what I do want to do to this car is replace these gas struts here, because the other day I noticed that it's getting a bit weak. It should spring up, but in fact it's not. And before it hits me on the head, I've ordered some gas struts to go in it, and these are they're relatively simple to replace. I've done them before on other cars. I did them on a Jeep that I had, and I've actually even replaced the bonnet gas struts on this vehicle when I first got it. Now, I'll tell you what's impressive about this is that I actually only ordered these on Thursday and they arrived on Friday in the mail. Now that's pretty impressive for not only the gas strut guys, which is where they came from, but also Australia Post, getting them here the very next day. The gas strut guys, I'll put a link in the description in case you want to get some. They had previously supplied the ones for the front, and now they've just done a fantastic job replacing these. Now the thing about these is these gates are actually really heavy. They don't seem that way because of the assistance that we get from these gas struts. So what you've got to do is make sure that you prop that up before you remove these, and they're really simple to replace, and the way that you do remove them is by levering off. There's a clip here, but we'll have a look at that as we go. By coincidence, these palings are exactly 1.8, which makes it just long enough to hold that up without being in the way. So I'm hoping you can see this, but there's a clip right here, and all you got to do is put your screwdriver in lever the clip out, like so, and that will pop off like that. Now this paling is holding the weight of it. Now it's the same here, there's also a clip there. It pops off. Now it's important these go on in the same way that they came off, so the gas cylinder towards the top, like so, and we'll put it on in the reverse pattern, so the top one first. Just clips on, and likewise with this. This is sitting slightly long by a couple of centimetres, so what we have to do is lift up this side of the gate so that it pops into place. Now let's just try it. And even with one, it's improved. We'll do the same on this side, keeping that paling there, so that if it does fall, it lands on the paling and not on our head. Clip off. New one on. And there we go. Job done. If you only came here to have a look at how to replace these, that's cool. That's the job done, and you're free to take off if you want. But I did want to carry on and talk about a couple of other things, and one is that I spoke about this a little while back in relation to trying to get in underneath the bonnet on the Troopy to undo those screws that are very, very difficult to get to. And it turned out that it was not going to be any easier, given that this is a 3/8 inch drive and the sockets that I have are a 1/2 inch. And by the time you've added on the little adapter, which is this one here, 3/8 to 1/4 inch, you've added the extra length and it no longer fits. Plus, I don't really have any 1/4 inch sockets. But you'll also recall that at one stage I was talking about Temu. Now Temu is an online supplier of really, really cheap goods. Now it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be of any quality, but sometimes you don't necessarily need the highest quality. But take a look at this set here. So this is a 53-piece 1/4 inch drive set, and it popped up on Temu saying that if I signed up for the app I could have it for $4, so I did. And I mean, I can always get rid of the app later on, but for $4 you can't really go wrong with a set like this. And it's got all of these sizes that we need, all of which will work with this rotary tool with the 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter. And I'll rig it up and I'll show you. So with that adapter, I can use any of these tools here. I can now use any of these sockets. It's not the best quality and I don't expect it to last, but what an array of tools there. Extension bars, hand thingies, ratchet, even, believe it or not, a strong bar. Not to mention this also comes with these Phillips screwdriver bits as well, but that that is so shabbily made that's not even latching on there, it's just pulling straight off. Do we care? Well, we'll probably lose a few. Thanks for watching. I've got to replace the wipers on this car, and they are a complete unit, so you don't just get a refill. But I've never looked at them to see how they actually come apart. And it looks as if that might just slip out of there, like that. So let's see if that's what we've got. We'll pull them both out. But you can see why that's falling apart. That came out separately, but let's check and see if it's all just coming apart. That certainly came off by braking. So if this is not complete, we're in trouble. Let's find out what we've got. It's being sealed with dummy-proof tape. This actually has 3, so that's the rear window as well. And we can put that aside for now. And 2 different lengths. So that's obviously this shorter one is the... It looks to be complete. Let's try it for size. And that, my friends, is perfect. So that's the old one. Let's try the new driver's side. Oh, I see, it comes complete with a like a cover. Well, let's leave that on for now. So see that? That is actually not the wiper blade. The wiper blade is protected by that while it's packaged. So let's try this though and see if this all goes together. And that is perfect. So we can pull that off. Shut that wiper and we'll pull the other one off the other side. Job complete. So this has a cover over it, but the blade itself is just in underneath here, and it looks to me as if it just pops out like so. Sometimes these are not always intuitive as you might think, but having a look at this new one, and I'll show you. I don't know whether you can see that, but this little slot and it's pretty obvious that the shape of it is such that it would clip in and then sit in there. So let's pop this on. It doesn't seem to be any particular end. It's like asymmetrical, so pop it on like so. Pull that off, the protector. Put the blade back down and job done. This is a Wipertech blade. Just try and hold this without everything falling out. A Wipertech blade. And these are a little more expensive than, I don't know, say a super cheap brand or, you know, any other cheaper brand. But when you have something like a European car, sometimes the fittings are a bit peculiar. And equally importantly, they're a much better quality, so they go straight on, as you saw. You saw the difficulties I had with the Troopy, and that was a super cheap wiper blade, but it comes with a whole stack of adapters, whereas these just fit straight out of the box. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.